back to Edmond Santa Fe High School. It's time for the semifinals of the Open. And tonight it will be the homestanding Edmond Santa Fe Wolves hosting Lubbock Trinity Christian. Welcome back, everybody. Tony Sellers in, along with the Iron Man of the Open Tournament, Stephen Reese, doing every game this weekend. You're seeing some basketball, and I'm curious to see. You saw Trinity Christian last night. I've seen the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves, and they've got a good squad. Got their first victory last night, 80-71 over Union. And Trinity Christian had no problem with Enid last night, 74-49. They play primarily a private school schedule in Texas, but they did beat Odessa Permian, so that kind of opened my eyes on them.
That's a big win.
Yeah, the Lions, what did you see out of them last night?
You know, it was a lot of big man basketball from Mr. Kerryon Elliott, the 6'7" senior. And, you know, I was talking to Jackson about this, the game last night. You know, he's a traditional post man, you know, big man, but he was also able to shoot the three very effectively, and that was a big key for the win last night for Trinity Christian. And he had 26 points last night. I mean, just outstanding by the 6'7" senior, and it's going to be a good matchup for him against the Nero hero and Draylon Nero, the 6'2" junior, as the PA announcer is getting ready for the starting lineups.
Yeah, we're going to have, it looks like Edmond Memorial is going to line up this way tonight. It's going to be Nick Rhodes, Jr., 5'9", at one guard. Tristan Peters, 6'2", senior. Jance Alsop, 6'3", sophomore. Draylon Nero, 6'2", junior. Also for the Santa Fe Wolves. And they're introducing the Lubbock Trinity Christian squad right now. Brady Watson, Dax Trout, Jack Robinson, Marcus Ramon Edwards, and you mentioned Kerryon Elliott, 6'7", had 26 points last night. Ramon Edwards, a senior, 6'5", had 15, so they've got some inside size. And that'll be its challenge for Santa Fe, because Santa Fe, quick lineup, not necessarily that tall. It'll be interesting to see how Troy Lolliman decides to play that defensively.
Well, and that was the fun thing about watching the Wolves last night. They were, like you said, they're undersized, and they were playing against the 7-footer out in Union. That was Madrid. And, you know, Nero and Alsop together, you know, they just have great chemistry despite being undersized, and that was one of the main factors of beating Union last night.
Jance Alsop, 25 points last night. Draylon Nero, 24. So they had the bulk of the scoring, almost half of it, in that game against Union. Earlier tonight and earlier today, it was Union over Enid in the afternoon game. And Carl Albert JV, and I'm glad they did this.
Absolutely.
It was a mismatch, beyond a mismatch last night. Edmond North, the 6A defending champs, against Dove Science Academy, and they graciously bowed out today. Carl Albert came in. It was a much more competitive game against Memorial, and Edmond Memorial won over Carl Albert JV, and they're going to be playing Union in the consolation finals tomorrow afternoon. But, you know, that win really didn't do anything for Edmond North. It doesn't do anything for Dove Academy, obviously. And
sure,
those guys got the experience of playing in this tournament, but I think it was a good idea to swap out.
They are a good JV squad. Watch out for them.
Tip controlled as we get started in the black. It is Trinity Lubbock Christian. They control it. And the Wolves in that 2-3 zone right now. Underneath, there he is, Kerryon Elliott, and he's fouled immediately as he goes to the hoop. Foul is going to be called on Tristan Peters, his first team first. And here's Kerryon Elliott up there, the 6'7" senior, to shoot 2 free throws. Saw some college recruiters here tonight. Shay Seals was here earlier from the University of Tulsa, as a lot of the college coaches taken tonight.
How
get
exciting.
around to the high school tournaments. Of course, the Joe Lawson tournament. We've got that for you on KREF Sports TV. Elliott hits 1 out of 2 on the free throws. Just barely grazed room on the rim on the second one. Nick Rhodes gets it up high to Jance Alsop. Man-to-man defense for the Lions. Backing in, Draylon Nero, fadeaway jumper, good.
Nero just making it look so easy with that fadeaway. He was doing some of that last night too.
2-1. Wolves take the lead here at home. Elliott gets it into the corner, shot up, three-pointer by Dax Trout, no good. Rebounded by Nero for the Wolves. He'll get it back, drives to the hoop, and has it slapped away, but it's picked up on the ground by Tristan Peters, gets it to Nero, and now back out front.
Very smart passing that back out. He was getting double teamed down low.
Nick Rhodes setting up the offense outside. We played a little over a minute here in the semifinals. Here's a drive to the hoop, a shot off the glass and in for the senior, 5'8" Morgan Lane. Took it up high off the window, and the Wolves lead it 4-1.
Morgan Lane, great player on the backcourt. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
2-3 zone employed by the Wolves here. Here's Elliott. Whips a pass into the corner, three-pointer up and good this time by Dax Trout, his first bucket, first three-pointer of the game. And we're tied at 4. Steele in the backcourt, drive to the hoop, the layup miss, offensive rebound for the Wolves. Or rather for the Lions, Jack Robinson had it on the floor and a blocking foul call. That's going to be on Draylon Nero. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Don't want to get him in foul trouble. First foul on him, second team foul. Chance Alsop sits down. Tyler Williams, 6'2" sophomore, into the ball game for the Wolves.
Trout and Robinson, definitely a dangerous backcourt duo.
Brady Watson gets it in the lane to Elliott, and his short jumper rattles around and drops through. First lead of the game for the Lions, and they come out in a zone trap press, full court. They get it across to Nero. Bounce pass underneath. Reverse layup. That was a tough one. Tristan Peters got it in, though. That degree of difficulty on that one, about a 9. 6-6. We're tied a little more than 2 minutes into the first quarter. High post Elliott with the basketball. Peters has him. Three-pointer up. Count it again. For Dax Trout, his second straight three. He's got 6, and it's a 9-6 lead for the Lions.
Well, Dax Trout just has a really smooth stroke. Really took his time on both of those threes.
Wolves break the press, but Peters shuffles the feet before he put it on the ground. The Wolves have not had any trouble with that full court press, but Peters got in a little bit of a hurry there and turned it over.
Yeah, that last bucket by Peters, though, really strong in the paint.
Elliott faded away, misses the shot. Rebounded by Tyler Williams. Ahead quickly to Nero. He lays it up off the glass and in. Draylon Nero with 4. 9-8. Wolves within 1.
I mean, Nero, just despite his size down low, just making it look so easy and just a smooth layup by him.
Elliott, a lot of contact there, no call. Misses the shot, gets its own rebound, misses again. Rebounded this time by Tristan Peters. Wolves with the ball and a chance to take the lead. Midway through the first quarter, he backs it out. Troy Lottleman calling out the play. Rhodes, they get it inside to Peters. Left-handed shot no good, but he's fouled. I think that's going to go on Trout, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and again, we want to thank Agent Dennis Chamont, State Farm, for our pregame show. You can give them a call at 405-341-4581, or you can visit them online at DennisChamont.com, and also Seth Wadley Ford for our tip-off.
Yeah, we got into it a little quickly tonight. Put a little gravel in your travel. Head down to Seth Wadley Ford, I-35 exit 72 in Pauls Valley, or click SethWadleyFord.com. Peters hits the first free throw. Left-hander will have another one. It's off, no good. And the rebound to Marcus Ramon Edwards for the Lions. Robinson gets it over. And Ramon Edwards drives, puts it off the glass and in. 11-9, back in front by a bucket are the Lions. A quick three-pointer up by Rhodes off the back of the iron, no good. Saved.
What a save
by Williams. And the jumper from the free throw line, no good. Williams again gets it, but I think that time he stepped on the line. The ball goes back to the Wolves, but some great hustle and work inside by Tyler Williams. Jarmiel Robinson, a 5'6" freshman in there at guard. That uniform kind of hanging loose on him. Elliott for three, and he hits it. The big man, that's dangerous, 6'7". If he can hit that three-pointer, that makes it a problem for the defense.
It does. I mean, and that's exactly what happened against Enid last night when Trinity played against them.
Robinson gets the pass inside. Peters can't handle it. Turnover. Elliott gets it ahead to Trout, and the layup good for Robinson. And it's a run for the Lions. They're up
7-0 run.
7 points, I should say. 16-9. You're right. 7-0 run. That last backet by Brady Watson. Jance also checks back in, replacing Tristan Peters this time. 3:11 to go first quarter. Wolves down by 7, 16-9. Here's a drive to the hoop. Watson, nobody picked him up, and when they did, they fouled him from behind. It's going to be a chance for a three-point play.
Well, another matchup to look out for is Dax Trout against Nick Rhodes. Two really effective guards for both teams.
Foul was on Tyler Williams, his first. And a three-point play for Brady Watson. 19-9. Here comes Robinson to the hoop, off the glass, won't go. Here are the Lions running a nice outlet pass, but good job catching up by Nick Rhodes to slap it away out of bounds.
Yeah, great hustle by Robinson and a rare miss by him. 5'6" freshman getting some critical playing time tonight.
Makai Chambers, 5'11" senior, checks into the ball game for the Wolves. As Troy Lallemand trying to find some people off the bench that can provide defensive help. Wolves trapping at midcourt, and over and back is called. Trinity Christian arguing that the ball was deflected so they could go back and pick it up, but the officials say, I didn't see it that way. And Draylon Nero will inbound it for the Wolves. 19-9. The Lions on a 10-0 run right now with 2:20 and counting to go in the first quarter. Outside beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, also matching up against Kieran Elliott right now.
Robinson cross court to Nick Rhodes. They're out beyond the three-point line. Nero has it now, lobs it inside. It's tapped away from Alsop and stolen. Here is Elliott driving to the hoop, misses the layup. Thought he might try to flush that one, but he was too far out. And Chambers gets it inside to Alsop, who is fouled, and he'll get a chance to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, that was a rare miss by Elliott, and a great response right there by Alsop, the 6'3" sophomore.
Chance Alsop looking for his first points of the night. Has 2 free throws here. Chance had 25 last night. So he's got a ways to go tonight, but there's number 1, and that stops that 10-0 run into the ball game. Morgan Lane checks back in, replacing Makai Chambers. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound to Ramon Edwards, and he goes flying, and is called for the travel. Turnover Lions, minute 45 to go in the quarter. Wolves haven't had a bucket in about 3 minutes.
Look to possibly Rhodes or Nero. Nero had a really hot start earlier in this first quarter.
Morgan Lane will pull up, sees the shot blocked, but they're going to call the foul. I believe that's Brady Watson, got him on the arm from the side. That'll be his first, team's third.
Yeah, Coach Spencer Sutton, I think he thought it was all ball, but I think he hit the arm a little bit, and that caused Morgan Lane to go to the free throw line, the 5'8" senior.
The only opinion that counts is the one of the man with the whistle, and he said foul.
Exactly. It's the one that counts at the end of the day, Tony.
That's right. Into the ball game, Tyler Williams comes back. Nero will get another break. First free throw is good for Morgan Lane. Second one is up. It's good. Wolves trying to catch up from the free throw line. Still haven't been able to put in a basket in a while. A minute and a half remaining, 19-12. Trinity Christian leads it. Elliott backs in, Gets the pass in the lane. Watson hits the short jumper. Watson now with 7 points. Here's Robinson, has his shot blocked by Elliott. Here come the Lions. All the way to the hoop. Watson won't go, but he's fouled. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is going to be called on Robinson.
Wow, have a quarter, Mr. Brady Watson, the 6'3 junior.
Instead, they call it on Tyler Williams. His first. Here's Watson. Leaves the first one short. 21-12, a minute 10 to go in the quarter. Tony Sellers, Stephen Reese, the Iron Man of the Edmond Open Tournament. There's the second one. Watson with 8, 22-12. The lead is 10. Morgan Lane, top of the key, left side. Nick Rhodes, now the bounce pass low. Also spins in the lane, puts up the shot over Elliott and scores. Smooth move. Jance Alsop's first bucket.
Yeah, I mean, and he really took his time, had the pressure on the one-on-one situation and still was able to make the bucket.
Here's Elliott trying to match it at the other end, and he gets the foul call on Alsop, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Foul is called on number 22, Jance Alsop for the Wolves. It's his first personal.
First foul on the Jance, 15th foul, and Elliott for the second time tonight at the line, who is 1 for 2, hits the first one.
Yeah, you don't want to get Alsop or Nero in foul trouble. You need both of them down low if you're the Wolves.
First sub of the night for the Lions. Keller Partain, a 6'6 junior, comes in, and he replaces Jack Robinson. Elliott hits both free throws. 8 points for Elliott here in the first quarter. 24-14, a half minute to go. Quick three-pointer up and good. Nick Rhodes has his first bucket. First three-pointer for the Wolves. They need some more of those. 24-17, final 20 seconds of the quarter.
And again, that three-pointer was presented by First United Bank. 31 locations around the state of Oklahoma.
Out front, Ramon Edwards picks up the dribble, gets it to Partain, has the ball stolen away by Rhodes. 5 seconds ahead to Williams. His shot blocked. Lane, you got to get it up. Robinson at the buzzer won't go, and we've reached the end of the first quarter. Well, after one, it is Lubbock Trinity Christian 24, Edmond Santa Fe 17. We'll be back with second quarter action here on KREF Sports TV. Consulting.com. 8 points for Elliott, 8 points for Watson, 6 points for Trout. Leading the way for the Lions. 4 points apiece, Morgan Lane, Draylon Nero for the Wolves. It's 24-17. Wolves basketball to start the second quarter. Nick Rhodes with the dribble, now picks it up, gets it out front. Tyler Williams over to Morgan Lane. His pass deflected, picked up by Watson. Man-to-man defense now by the Wolves. They started out in the zone, but going to the man-to-man. Elliott fakes the three, drives, misses the shot, gets his own rebound.
What a pump fake.
Goes back up. I think I'd let him shoot the shot. I know he hit one earlier. Here's Ramon Edwards. His shot is short. And they say Nero did not, or rather Alsop did not reestablish position inbounds. He was out of bounds on that loose ball. He tried to jump in and grab it, but they said his feet did not hit the floor inbounds before he touched the basketball, and it will stay with Trinity Christian. Elliott whips the pass inside. Watson, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Williams for the Wolves.
Yeah, great rebound by Williams, the 6'2 sophomore.
He's been active inside. He's got the ball now onto the left side to Nick Rhodes.
Inside and outside on the perimeter, Tyler Williams.
Jarmiel Robinson, the freshman, with a basketball, puts it on the floor, and a holding foul called on Watson. As I mentioned, that jersey draping hanging off of him. Looks like he got his big brother's jersey, but he can handle the basketball.
He really can. He's a quick guy.
That's a second foul on Watson. Lions have only played 6 players here the first quarter plus.
Yeah, they don't have as big of a roster as all the other teams in this tournament.
Rhodes brings the ball back outside, set up the offense. Gets it into the corner to Robinson. Now gets it back, will drive the lane. Has his shot pass deflected, picked up by Alsop. Spin move. One-hand jumper, no good, but he's fouled, and the foul is going to be called on Marcus Ramon Edwards, his first. Both teams with 5 team fouls here. Of course, we shoot the 1-and-1 on the 7th team foul of the half, and here is Alsop hitting the free throw, 2 out of 2.
Checking back into the lineup for the Wolves, number 11, Tristan Peters.
Tristan Peters and Dre Lanero checking back in for Santa Fe.
Well, they'll have to figure out how to defend the interior with Kerryon Elliott, you know, the hot start that he's had.
Both free throws for Alsop. Wolves have cut it to 5, 24-19. Watson back out front. Elliott again fakes the 3, and they're going to call the hold out front. Who's that going to go on? Is it on Nero? No, they say the hold is on Tristan Peters. His second, 16 fouls. So the Lions will be shooting free throws on the next foul. Partain comes out, and the starter Dax Trout back in.
And that's Peters' second foul. Can't get him in foul trouble.
And Trout off the bench comes right in, hits a 3, his third 3 of the half.
He is a sharp shooter.
Back to a 8-point lead at 27-19. Holding foul called as Nero drives. The foul is called on Robinson, his second. That will get our second sub of the night into the ball game for the Lions. Benjamin Bruce, a 5'10 sophomore.
Checking in for Trinity Christian, number 13.
But he's not replacing Robinson. He's replacing Watson. Watson and Robinson each with 2 fouls.
Now watch for Nick Rhodes in the corner.
Rhodes has the basketball now back out front. Gives it to Nero, who wasn't ready for it. Rhodes near midcourt, waiting for the screen, gets it from Alsop, now gives it to Alsop. He'll go down the lane, pull up, jumper good. Chance Alsop now with 7, back to a 6-point game, 27-21 Lions, 2.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Elliott in the lane, got his rhythm step there, and put up the jump hook and scored. He's got 10. Alsop left alone for 3, and he drains that one.
Yeah, what a bucket by Alsop. Back-to-back buckets for him, and all Wolves fans hoping he starts heating up.
Just like that, he's in double figures with 10 points, 29-24, under 5 to go in the half.
He's been playing well all tournament so far.
High post, Elliott kicks it back outside. 3-pointer up and good for Brady Watson. Or rather, Jack Robinson hitting that one. 5 points for Robinson. Spin move, Alsop misses that shot short. Rebounded by Ramon Edwards. And he takes it all the way to the cup and scores. His second bucket, 10-point lead, just like that, and a steal.
Great vision by Robinson.
Behind the back dribble by Robinson, gets it outside to Bruce for 3. Off the bench, that is the 6th 3-pointer of the first half.
My goodness.
For Trinity Christian, 37-24, biggest lead of the game, midway through the second quarter, and Troy Lolliman needs a timeout. Don't forget, we'll pick our High Five Media play of the game, brought to you by High Five Media, highfivemedia.com, 405-728-1398. Wolves with the basketball in the lane, spin move, and a nice left-handed layup off the glass for Nero. Great move, 6 points for Nero. And here's another 3-point attempt and another make. This time, Dax Trout, 4 3-pointers, a dozen points. It's 40-26. Those threes are killing the Wolves.
They really are, and as Alsop goes in,
he'll get the bucket. He's fouled. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Foul is going to be called on Trout, his second.
Yeah, if you're the Wolves, you've got to get the key players on Lubbock Trinity, got to get them in foul trouble for the Wolves to get back into this ball game. And Alsop doing a great job, especially in this second quarter.
13 for Alsop. Yeah, 3 of the starters for the Lions with 2 fouls, Watson, Trout, and Robinson. 40-29. Here's Elliott trying to post up. He dishes it to Ramon Edwards, leaves the shot short. It's knocked around inside. And they say last touch by the Lions, it'll go to Santa Fe. Don't forget, we'll have our out-of-town scoreboard from Van Hoos Fence. If you're missing panels or your fence is rotting out, visit them online at vhfence.com. Wolves with the chance to cut it back to single digits here with a bucket. In the corner, Jarmeel Robinson, his pass deflected right back to him. Nero now pulls up, 12-footer, short. Ball rebounded by Benjamin Bruce. Ahead quickly, Ramon Edwards off the glass, scores, and he's fouled. And there's another 3-point play opportunity. The foul is going to be on Nick Rhodes, his first.
Ramon Edwards, the 6'5 senior, just showing his speed despite the Wolves playing man-to-man a majority of this game. Ramon Edwards just showing his speed down the lane.
At the free throw line for the first time tonight. Both teams are in the 1-and-1 now. And shot off the back of the iron, no good. Jarmeel Robinson pulls it down for the Wolves. 42-29, down by 13. Robinson on the far wing. Inside, Nero kicks it back outside. Three-pointer, Nick Rhodes, his second. Great ball movement by the Wolves.
And what a pass by Nero the Hero to Nick Rhodes. Really smart decision.
42-32, just a nice touch pass. Elliott cut off on the baseline, but they're going to call Nero for the push. His second foul, and that'll be 1-and-1 for Elliott. Well, we didn't get to our keys to the game. We didn't have a lot of time for Restore Behavioral Health, but obviously the keys to the game, as we can see now, is to keep the Lions off that three-point line and also try to keep a body on Elliott. Those are 2 tasks. It's going to be tough.
Absolutely, and I mean, especially with the three-point shooting as hot as, Lubbock Trinity has been able to shoot the ball with Dax Trout and Jack Robinson, 2 very effective shooters in this whole tournament.
Elliott hits both free throws. He's got a dozen. 44-32. That's our keys to the game, brought to you by Restore Behavioral Health, providing counseling for children and adults with locations Edmond, Oklahoma City, Norman, and online. Restore, a safe place to find help, hope, and healing. Contact them at restore-bh.com. They will wave off the basket. They say it was on the floor. There will be free throws, and the foul is called on Benjamin Bruce.
Well, both crowds are really got into that call. Santa Fe was arguing that it was a shooting foul, and and on the Lubbock Trinity side, they didn't think it was a foul.
Well, Nick Rhodes is getting free throws, and he hits the first one. Troy Lalaman's still saying, shouldn't that have been a bucket and one? But they said, nope, on the floor. Second free throw is good.
And regardless, they made both free throws.
Rhodes has 8. It's back to a 10-point game, 44-34, as we approach 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, Rhodes is really fun to watch. Not a lot of mistakes.
Solid point guard out there. Here's Elliott, double team now. Wolves drop back in that 2-3 zone. Here's Ramon Edwards into the corner. And the shot by Bruce, again, it's good. Second 3 for Bruce. They have now hit 8 3-pointers here in the first half. 47-34. Not like Grinnell, Iowa, that shot nothing but 3-pointers last night.
I saw that.
111 of them.
Hey, 40 out of 111, not bad. That's 36%.
With his second personal foul.
Robinson picks up his second foul. That's
Nick Rhodes.
at the line. Bruce picks up his second foul. That's the 9th team foul. Rhodes hits the first free throw. He'll have it Edwards. Wolves will get to shoot 2 on every foul from here on the final 95 seconds of the half. Rhodes chance to get to double figures here with the second free throw, and he does. 10 points for Nick Rhodes into the game. Morgan Lane and Tyler Williams. Nero will sit down along with Tristan Peters. They both have 2 fouls.
Getting into a full court press.
Yeah, got some smaller guys in there to chase the basketball here as they press full court, try to trap. Ramon Edwards gets through it. Into the corner to Bruce. Robinson gets a hand on the ball. Can't steal it. Looked like over and back though as he picked it up in front court and took it back. But that time they said, well, it was deflected. Yes, it was, but he touched it in the front court and then went to the back court. They missed that one. Robinson with the basketball against Lane. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Morgan Lane. That'll be his first 19 foul. And a 1-and-1 situation for Jack Robinson with 1:09 to go.
That's his first personal.
Well, obviously, if you're Coach Troy, halftime adjustments, just got to find another way to defend that three-point shot.
First free throw is up and good for Jack Robinson. He's got 6. Wolves went into a dry spell in the middle of the first quarter, gave up a 10-0 run, and they've trailed by double digits pretty much ever since then. As Robinson hits both free throws. 7 for Robinson. Lane out front, onto the right wing to Rhodes. He'll drive into the paint, pull up, tries to get it to Williams. It's deflected and stolen, and then dribble off the back of the leg. Bruce has it, and a timeout called by Trinity Christian. I'm not sure they had the basketball when they called timeout, but it was granted with 51 seconds left to go.
Yeah, been a really fun tournament. Been an honor getting to call this Edmond Open. All 8 teams really talented.
Pressure from the Wolves, broken by the Lions. Robinson out front, 43 seconds left. We'll see if they try to hold it or if they'll just keep attacking. Ramon Edwards wants to shoot a 3. He hasn't hit one, now he has. Another 3-pointer, First United Bank 3-pointer, 31 locations across the state of Oklahoma. Visit firstunitedbank.com, 9 points. Marcus Ramon Edwards, it's 52-36, biggest lead of the half. Lane bounces it off his leg, Robinson picks it up. 9 3-pointers for the Lions. 5 different players have hit them. 7 seconds. Here's Rhodes, still on the dribble. He's going to have to shoot it. He'll fire a 3 and hit at the half. Nick Rhodes, but that only brings the Wolves back to a dozen. We're actually 13 down, 52-39 for Trinity Christian. 3 3-pointers for Nick Rhodes, though. He's got 13 points to lead the Wolves. And they go down by 13 at halftime. The Lions had 5 different players hit 3-pointers in the first half, and they hit a grand total of 8 3-pointers in that opening half. Dax Trout and Kieran Elliott, each with a dozen. 9 points for Marcus Ramon Edwards, 8 for Brady Watson, 7 for Jack Robinson, and 6 off the bench for Benjamin Bruce, who even got into the act, hit a couple of 3-pointers. For the Wolves, Nick Rhodes had 13 points, along with Chance Alsop. Draylon Nero with 6. 4 points for Morgan Lane, 3 points for Tristan Peters. Mekhi Chambers, Tyler Williams, Jamil Robinson all played in the first half, but did not score. Those are your first half stats from the Scott Hill Agency. And the Wolves going to have to get some steals and get some easy buckets and stop the 3. You can't trade 3s for 2s for 3s every time down court because you're losing a point every time.
Yeah, and obviously, Coach Troy is going to, have to make some adjustments, in the locker room at halftime and, have to be effective on the perimeter defense, not allowing the 3-point shot against Lubbock Trinity and, just have to do something different. The man-to-man defense isn't quite working, and a 2-3 defense necessarily wouldn't work either because that would allow even more space for the opposing team to shoot 3-pointers. So I think with Coach Troy and how good he is, he'll definitely have something in plan. I think he'll have something good plan for the second half. But we do have one more commercial break before we go back to the second half. Again, you are watching the first semifinal game of tonight, along with the legend himself, Tony Sellers, and me, Stephen Reese, color analyst. We will be right back on KREFSports.tv.
Trinity Christian's basketball to start the Seth Wadley second half. Seth Wadley Ford, I-35 exit 72 Pauls Valley. Click SethWadleyFord.com on our out-of-town scoreboard. Bixby leading Jinx 74-62 going into the fourth quarter. That's a high-scoring ball game. And earlier today, Capitol Hill beat Duncan 70-55. Out-of-town scoreboard van, whose fence, missing panels or your fence is rotting out. Visit them online, vhfence.com. Pressure on the basketball, but Ramon Edwards gets it into the corner. Three-pointer up, in and out. They finally missed one. And the rebound to Alsop.
Wow, they're actually human.
I don't think they'd missed one in a while. Maybe just missed one or two of the first half, if that.
Maybe they watched that school from the other night shooting threes.
Great wraparound pass by Nero. Gets it inside to Tyler Williams for his first bucket. 52-41. Great assist from Draylon Nero.
Just great ball movement overall.
Wolves trying to trap the ball. Robinson gets free inside, though. Fakes the man in the air, gets the bucket. Robinson now with 9, 54-41. Back quickly. Wolves at the other end. And Mekhi Chambers starting the second half for Edmond Santa Fe gets fouled and he'll go to the line to shoot two. So that's one adjustment. He saw some brief action in the first half, but starting the second half, and he made something happen. He picked up the third foul on Dax Trout, and that's a big moment. Again, that thin bench for Trinity Christian, and Mekhi Chambers hits the first of two free throws. 5'11" senior. Second one is good. 54-43. Wolves trying to pressure full court. Rhodes picks up Robinson in the backcourt. Now the double team comes with Williams, but they get it across into the corner. Trout has it. Dribbles back out front, gets it to Brady Watson. Watson off the screen. They jump at him. He gets it over to Robinson. Now Ramon Edwards into the corner. Trout back to Robinson. Lob inside for Elliott. He's double teamed. Ball slapped away out of bounds. Wolves much more aggressive, trying to jump into that trap.
They are, and they're really hustling towards the ball, just keeping an eye on. Just keep an eye on the ball this possession.
Ramon Edwards takes the inbound. Into the lane, stumbles and travels. Turnover. Wolves get it back. A minute and a half into the second half. They've got a chance to cut it to a single-digit deficit. That's hard to say. Single-digit deficit.
That's a tongue twister.
I better come up with a different way to say that next time. Cut it within 10 here on this trip down. Court spin move by Nero, and he gets it.
Nero the hero starting to heat up in the second half.
Deflection out of bounds. Chambers got his hands on it. 54-45. It's down to a 9-point lead, and the Wolves, who rested some of their players in the first half. Chambers started the second half in place of Morgan Lane, and they played a few players. Lob in, knocked away, stolen by Nero. Chambers with the basketball. He'll go up off the glass. It won't go. Elliott the rebound. For Trinity Christian, he'll bring it up himself. The 6'7" senior with a dozen points. Gets caught up in the air and travels. He went up, came back down with the basketball. Can't do that.
Yeah, I got a little too excited just trying to drive the ball in too early. And that caused the travel.
Wolves are back in this game after trailing by as many as 16 late in the first half. Alsop gets it on the right side to Rhodes. Back out front, Williams with it. He'll drive the lane, dish off to Nero. They're going to call a blocking foul. That was a flop on Elliott. Elliott's on the floor, but he flopped on that play. And he wasn't in position, and he gets called for the blocking foul. His first, team second, 5:52 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, I think they're calling this on the floor.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting that They called it on the floor and not. That was a drive to the basket.
Yeah, that was interesting. See what happens on this possession.
They're going to wipe up some sweat where Elliott fell down there. But definitely the right call. He was not set.
Oh, for sure,
and he over-exaggerated the contact.
Yeah, you have to be set on any of those situations. Got to be set.
Nero gets it to Alsop, but they're going to call Elliott for the push, and he's got 2 quick fouls after having none in the first half. And,
well, luckily for them, it's only 2 fouls.
And a couple of Trinity Christian fans in front of us not too happy. A steal, but they say Robinson kicked the basketball, and they're really not happy now.
Things are starting to heat up in the semifinal game, Tony.
The Trinity Christian fans are up in arms in front of us here. Nero drives to the basket. He stops. A holding call on Ramon Edwards, his second. And you know, some of the holds and the pushes, maybe a little fatigue by this Trinity Christian team that hasn't been substituting.
They haven't been, that's the thing.
Yeah, most of these guys have played the entire game without a break, and Edmond Santa Fe looks much fresher. Jumper from the free throw line for Rhodes, won't go. Offensive rebound and put back. Chance Alsop, and he's got a chance for the three-point play.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what you want if you're Alsop. I mean, like I said, he's been playing tremendous this entire tournament, and that was definitely a clutch play by him to get the Wolves back into the ballgame. And, Tony, you were talking about Lubbock Trinity really hasn't been substituting that much, and if you're the Wolves, you just want to continue to wear out the starters.
That's the third foul on Robinson. They've got 2 players on the floor with 3 fouls, and it's down to a 6-point lead, 54-48. Trout has it.
Yeah, Trout thought about that three-point shot.
Here's Watson, bounce pass underneath Elliott, knocked away, tied up. Tied up inside by Chance Alsop, or did they call a foul? Oh my goodness, they called a foul on Chance Alsop. That was a free ball.
It was.
And that should have been a jump ball situation. They call a foul on Alsop, I believe. They have him as 1 on the board. I had him already with 1, but we'll see what that is. But at any rate,
I mean, both teams all tournament, even yesterday, they've both been very well disciplined.
Blocked by Alsop as he just stuffed it back at Elliott's face.
That was, what a block. I mean, Alsop has done well on both sides of the floor.
And that is our High Five Media play of the game.
Definitely.
HighFiveMedia.com.
Can't argue that.
728-1398. Three-pointer bounces up and in for Nick Rhodes. His 4th of the game. He's got 16. It's a 3-point game. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Ramon Edwards' shot is blocked by Williams, and they're going to call a foul. That looked like a clean block. Went off the foot of Williams out of bounds, and he gets called for the foul. That'll be his 3rd. He's the first player for the Wolves with 3 fouls. And going to the line to shoot 2, Marcus Ramon Edwards. He missed his only free throw attempt earlier in the game.
What a 3 by Rhodes, though. That was incredible. I mean, definitely got the bounce on that, too.
Shooter's bounce.
Shooter's roll.
Into the game, Tristan Peters, and Chance Alsop will get a break. 55-51. Marcus Ramon Edwards now with 10. Well, what a quarter so far for the Santa Fe Wolves. Second free throw good, 11 for Ramon Edwards, and a timeout on the floor. This is a Francis Tuttle Technology Center time. Welcome back to Santa Fe High School. Tony Sellers, Stephen Reese. 5-point ball game, Wolves basketball, as they let it roll in the backcourt, picked up by Chambers. Midway through the third quarter, they've made up 8 points since halftime. That pass deflected and stolen, though, and there's going to be a foul on Draylon Nero. That was a silly foul, bumpy foul near midcourt.
21, Draylon Nero, that's his 3rd.
That's his 3rd, and that's a key foul, not good for the Wolves. He'll have to be careful now. It was a silly one. Only 3 team fouls on the Wolves this half. Man-to-man defense, aggressive. Chambers has been a key to that here in the second half. He started. There's Elliott driving and traveling. Picked up the ball, shuffled the feet before he made the pass. Morgan Lane comes in, and he's going to replace Nero. So the Wolves go smaller here, but hope to keep this pressure on the Lions at Lubbock Trinity Christian. And they pick it up across midcourt. There's John Morant action there, letting it roll.
Definitely.
Here's Rhodes, top of the key for three, leaves it short. Ball tapped loose, picked up by Ramon Edwards.
Rare miss for Rhodes.
On the dribble, he picks it up now, gets it inside to Elliott, spins. He's underneath the basket, doesn't have a look. Gets it back outside, now he gets it back in the lane, misses the shot. Ramon Edwards misses, grabs the rim. On the miss, no call for a technical there. And the Wolves get the basketball. That's a situation in high school where I don't like the call, but I would expect the ref to call a T on that right there.
Well, there was one in the Union game earlier today. There was a technical foul for someone hanging on the rim.
Yeah, I don't like the call, but it is usually called in the high school ranks. There's a pass in the lane. Williams misses the running one-hander, and then reaching in on the foul, Tristan Peters will pick up his third. Boy, that was point blank right there, and he put it off the back of the rim.
That's his third personal.
So Peters now with three. Tyler Williams with three will sit down, and Alsop back into the lineup. 56-51, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This has turned out to be a great ball game. Watson to Trout.
Great trap right there. Yeah,
the Lions having trouble catching those passes cleanly. There's a kick by Alsop. They'll keep it out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't, with Alsop or Nero, can't have either of those guys in foul trouble. It's a crucial part of the game.
Lob inside. Ramon Edwards has it. Now back out front, Robinson. Over to Watson. He'll fire a three. No good. Off the front rim. Chambers the rebound for the Wolves. They could get back within three here with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Rhodes behind the screen on the dribble. 2-3 zone now from the Lions. Chambers has it on the right wing. They rotate around the perimeter. Back out front, Alsop, right wing. Lane will drive to the baseline, kick it back out. Wolves not getting in a hurry here. And Rhodes will come back towards center court.
Really taking their time on this possession.
Lane behind the screen, gets it to Chambers. Rhodes open for three, right wing, doesn't get it. Rebound, Elliott. Well, they set up and got a wide open shot, but Rhodes just a little bit off. Drive down the lane, Ramon Edwards leaves it short. Elliott misses the follow shot. Rebound to the Wolves, here comes Rhodes. Gives it off, pull up, Chambers leaves the shot short. Man, all kinds of opportunities on both ends that people can't convert. Here's Watson right down Broadway, has it stripped away. Rhodes has it the other way, 2-on-2, scoop shot, partially blocked by Ramon Edwards. Robinson has it, throws it away, stolen, inside Williams will drive, and a blocking foul called. And that is going to go against the Lions. It will go against Watson, I believe. No, that's 15 Robinson. Hard to see those numbers.
It is hard from a long distance.
Yeah, from the front. That's the fourth foul, though, on Jack Robinson. So they will probably have to substitute here at some point. They haven't subbed at all here in the third quarter. And Peters misses the first free throw. 56-51. Neither team has scored in quite a while. Second free throw, Peters off the back of the iron. Rhodes tracks it down, and he's knocked down. And Brady Watson picks up his third foul, and that should be, I believe, the sixth or the seventh. I believe that Rhodes, it is the seventh team foul, and Rhodes
so free throws.
is going to be shooting the one and one. That's the guy. If you want to shoot free throws, that's the guy you want there. He's 4 out of 4. Robinson checks back in. Jameel Robinson for Edmond North, and Benjamin Bruce comes into the lineup replacing Jack Robinson, and Rhodes misses it. Jinxed him, didn't I? Misses the first into the 1-and-1, doesn't get the bonus, and again a lid on the basket for both teams the last 3 minutes. Down to a minute to go in the quarter. Spin move, Robinson misses. Rebound by Alsop. They didn't take Robinson out of the game. They took Trout out. Drive to the hoop, a wild shot that goes in. Chance Alsop, it's down to a 3-point game, and Troy Lalaman calls timeout. Tonight I'll be there. Buffalo Wild Wings I-35 in Edmond. 3-point game. Under a minute to go, and the Wolves jump out in the trap at midcourt, and the steal by Alsop. Down to Rhodes. Let's see if they set it up and try to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Troy Lalaman directing traffic out front.
That's the one thing of no shot clock.
Yeah, not this year. Maybe next year.
Possibly.
Rhodes with the basketball. Down to 30 seconds. He'll dribble back out. Wolves in no hurry. In the lane, Alsop leans in, spins again, shoots and scores. Chance Alsop getting it done. It's a 1-point game. 56-55, 15 seconds to go. And on the drive, a foul is going to be called on Tristan Peters as Ramon Edwards was driving in. That is only the 15th foul, so no free throws, but the 4th personal foul on Tristan Peters. And he'll come out, and Tyler Williams will check back in. 15.7 seconds left to go. That's only the 15th foul on the Bulldogs, or excuse me, on the Wolves. Here's Elliott inside. He gets open, puts it up and in. A tough shot. That's his first bucket of the second half. It's a big one. The foul is called on Alsop.
I was going to say, it was a quiet half for Elliott, and he had a hot start in the first half, but a clutch bucket by him here late in the third quarter.
And doesn't get the three-point play. Rebound, Williams, 58-55. That was only the second foul on Alsop. Alsop with the basketball at the free throw line. Jumper off, no good, and that's the way we'll end the third quarter. Bulldogs make up 10 points in the third quarter. They still have a hill to climb, and that is the Wolves that made up 10 points in the third quarter. They got a hill to climb. As we go to the fourth, it is Trinity Christian 58, Edmond Santa Fe 55 here on KREF Sports TV. Tony Sellers, Stephen Reese with you here at Santa Fe. We got our money's worth tonight, right?
Definitely did. Oh my goodness. I mean, kind of really a tale of two halves as far as shooting. I mean, the first half, Lubbock Trinity was, hot from the three-point line, not so much in the third quarter. And Santa Fe, the Wolves, they were hot in the third quarter. So, definitely a tale of two halves for both teams. And, I mean, like you said, Tony, definitely getting our money's worth.
Chance Alsop with 20 points to lead all scorers now, 16 for Nick Rhodes. And he's got the basketball, gives it up to Jarmeel Robinson, who will start the fourth, along with Makai Chambers, Tyler Williams, and Alsop has the ball stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolves. They're down by 3, 58-55. Don't forget, we'll pick our difference maker of the game from Insurica and our defensive player of the game from Elite Roofing. As soon as this one's over, we got a lot of candidates.
Yes, we do. Oh my goodness, from Rhodes to Alsop to Nero. I mean, everyone has contributed, especially in the second half.
Robinson out front. Lions sitting back in that 2-3 zone, and so the Wolves are going to take their time. Chambers on the left side to Robinson. They'll play catch around the outside of the three-point line.
Wolves doing a great job of just taking their time, not trying anything fancy.
Trying to get Alsop free at the free throw line. He steps out beyond the three-point line now. They rotate, get the high post, low post going. People rotating there. Now the double low post, double screen for Rhodes inside, and they have the pass stripped away, and it's stolen, picked up by Trout. Trout, 12 points in the first half on 4 3-pointers, did not score in the third quarter. Here's Elliott. And they're going to call him for an offensive foul. I think that was a play on right there.
It definitely was.
Alsip, there was a little contact, but Alsip was backing away. And that's the third foul on Kieran Elliott, player control foul, so no free throws. 8th team foul on the Lions. But the Wolves get the call there, still down by 3, 58-55, 6:30 to go in the ball game. They get it low post to Alsip, and from behind, they're going to call Elliott for the push, and that will be his 4th foul.
Number 35, Kieran Elliott.
And going to the line for the 1-and-1 is Alsip.
Yeah, and you know, Elliott having his 4th foul. If he fouls out of the game, that'd be the biggest loss for Lubbock Trinity.
And he is going to have to sit down for the first time tonight. He has played every second of the game to this point.
That's incredible.
Keller Partain replaces him again. The Lions not with much depth, and the first free throw missed by Alsip. That's 2 front ends of 1-and-1s missed by the Wolves. Shot up and good inside by Jack Robinson. He's got 11 points now, 60-55, and that's the first bucket by either team in a long time.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that was, because before then it was just free throws.
Rhodes to Robinson. Cross-court pass. Get it back in the hands of Rhodes. 2 minutes gone, 4th quarter. Rhodes gets a screen from Alsip, doesn't take it, gets it over to Williams. Now Alsip beyond the 3-point line. Over to Chambers. He'll fire a 3. It's offline. Robinson had it. I thought when it left his hand it looked pretty good, but kind of went off to the side. Trout open for 3. Can't hit it. Rebound Chambers. Rhodes, he's got 4 3-pointers in this ball game. He tries for number 5 and he gets it. Nick Rhodes with 18. It's a 2-point game, 60-58.
I mean, that was a deep shot, too.
Here's Trout driving, kicks it outside. Partain back to Trout. 3-pointer, far corner, good. Dax Trout, his 5th 3-pointer. He's got 15. Trading trays, 63-58. Under 5 minutes to go.
Might be a 3-point shootout in this 4th quarter, Tony.
Chambers on the dribble. It's it to Jarmeal Robinson. Back to Nick Rhodes. Rhodes will drive, puts it up off the glass too hard, and the rebound Alsip, but I think we're going the other direction. They're going to call a push-off on Alsip, and that will be his 3rd personal, but more importantly, the ball goes over to the Lions, and that may be the 7th team foul, and also 1-and-1 for Marcus Ramon Edwards. It is the 7th team foul of the half, so both teams in a bonus. Santa Fe in the double bonus. They'll get 2 free throws, and that'll help now because they've missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s.
Yeah, well, this is also going to help Lubbock Trinity if they're able to hit their free throws. They can almost run away with this game. But the key for the Wolves is going to be just, not trying anything fancy, just take it 1 possession at a time.
And it won't be Ramon Edwards. They say the man that was fouled was Keller Partain, so they make him take the free throws. 1-and-1. Scoreless in the ball game. And the first one is up and good. He'll get the bonus. 6'6" junior. He's been one of only 2 subs off the bench for the Lions, and he has played just briefly in this game.
Well, the only big man down low really for Lubbock Trinity is Keller Partain and Elliott.
Yeah, he misses the 2nd free throw. Wolves get it. Rhodes hands off to Jarmeal Robinson, gets it back, looking inside for Peters. Ball slapped away and stolen by Jack Robinson. Costly turnover for the Wolves. Under 4.5 minutes remaining. Trout working against Robinson, drives, pulls up, baseline jumper, no good, tapped around, Trout gets it back, he stepped out of bounds. The official from behind said he was standing out of bounds when he got the rebound. So the turnover to the Wolves.
Yeah, coach is not liking that call. He thought he was still in bounds.
Well, the official ran over there immediately and pointed to the baseline and said he was standing on the line. Robinson. It's it to Peters. Morgan Lane in there right now. Now over to Rhodes. Rhodes and Alsop have been doing the scoring. Alsop out of there in the corner. He's out of there right now. Garland Nero, who's been on the bench with 3 fouls, back in the game now. Rhodes has it to Nero. It's slapped away. Nero trying to get it back. It's loose on the floor. Ramon Edwards gets it ahead to Watson. It's slapped away out of bounds by Rhodes. He thought he got it cleanly. They call him for the foul. Second foul on Nick Rhodes. 18 foul on the Wolves, and that will put Brady Watson at the line to shoot 2.
Well, and that was great effort by Rhodes, not giving up on the play, sprinting towards Watson. Unfortunately for Rhodes, it was a foul.
Watson hits the first free throw. He'll have another one. Watson, another guy, did not score in the third quarter, had 8 points in the first half, and now he's in double figures with 10. 66-58, the lead was 3. It's up to 8. Wolves need a bucket here.
Absolutely. Like you said, the Wolves just got to take it one possession at a time. Don't necessarily need a 3 here.
They need a basket, though. They've got to score on this possession. Spin move inside. They're going to call a travel. Ball knocked away from Nero. He gathered, spun, and the official said he changed pivot feet, and a travel is called. I don't know. I'd have to look at that one on a replay to see if that was 100% correct.
Too bad in high school we don't have replay.
Yeah, it was a great look. Great move by Nero when he got the ball back. 66-58. We're approaching 3 minutes. Time running out on the Wolves. Do they have enough left in the tank? And a whistle and a 5-second call. Dribbling out front, closely guarded. Turnover on the Lions. First one of those we've seen tonight. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, I really don't.
And
Checking in for
coming back in is Elliott with those 4 personal fouls. We'll see if he can stay in there down the stretch.
These Lubbock Trinity fans definitely have a lot of energy.
They are fired up.
Very fired up.
Robinson with the basketball, inside low post, spin move, and the shot no good for Nero. Double team in the backcourt. Ramon Edwards gets the ball ahead to Trout. He'll try to settle things down. Actually, that's Robinson, gets it to Trout. 2.5 remaining. Wolves need a stop and a steal. Watson inside is fouled on his way up. He'll get to shoot 2. Let's see who they get. Do they get Peters or do they get Robinson? If it's Peters, it's his 5th foul, and it will be Robinson instead.
Yeah, luckily that wasn't Peters. Like you said, he was going to get fouled out.
And he, for his reaction at first, I thought it was on him. That's why I said it. That's the first on Robinson. And
he's probably like, thank goodness.
Yeah, Brady Watson now 5 out of 6 at the line tonight. That's key here down the stretch.
The key has been the free throws for Lubbock Trinity this quarter.
Well, they've hit them all, and of course, the Wolves missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s, and that's been a big difference. And now the lead is back to 10, just like that, 68-58, 2:20 to go. Rhodes puts up a shot, no good. Nero can't get the rebound. Breakout by Trout, gets it to Watson, misses the shot. Rebound Peters, and we're going to have a reach-in foul if it's on Watson. It is, and he's gone. Kieran Elliott is gone. He just fouled out of the ball game. Elliott will leave with 14 points as he got called for the reach-in. 68-58. And the coach, Spencer Sutton, asking the official about it. And that's it. That's 5 fouls on Elliott. He is gone. 14 points tonight, only 2 in the second half.
Yeah. The Wolves played really good defense on him in the second half.
It may help, but it may be too late. Only 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Got to hit this free throw, and Peters does not. He's 1 out of 3 at the line tonight. Substitutions. Chambers comes in. Tyler Williams checks in. Morgan Lane is out. And Jarmiel Robinson comes out. But free throw misses have hurt the Wolves tonight. Peters does get that one. He's got 4 points and a timeout call. Welcome back Time running out for the Santa Fe Wolves. They're down by 9 with just over 2 minutes to go, and going to have some steals, so we're going to have to see some full court pressure, and I think the Wolves have 3 timeouts remaining, so I think you're going to see them, after made buckets, call some timeouts to set up some defense, but they've got to make the buckets first,
exactly.
So that's been a problem here in the fourth quarter. Only 4 points for Santa Fe in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Got to get the stop here. That's going to be huge for the Wolves.
Full court man-to-man pressure. They don't cover the inbound pass. It's dropped by Partain, but he picks it up. Lions get it across. Watson back to Ramon Edwards. They don't need to shoot, and now they pull it back outside. Robinson wide open in the lane, doesn't take it. Pulls it back out. He's still on the dribble in the paint. Gets it underneath to Trout. They dribble back out.
Very beautiful basketball right there.
And they're going to call, are they going to call out a foul for hand checking? I guess so. Rhodes just put his hand on the back of Trout. They call a hand check. That's the 3rd foul on Rhodes, but more importantly, the 10th team foul on the Wolves. And that will be 2 foul shots automatically. I don't know if Trout needed that. He gets the first one. He's a pretty good shooter. Doesn't need that help. He's got 16 now. He's first free throw of the night.
My goodness. Both games he's been so consistent.
17 as Dax Trout hits them both. 70-59. Here comes Rhodes into the corner. Nero drives, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Watson. It looked like he got hit in the face. He is on the floor. Now a whistle as the Lions control the ball. I think on that attempt for the rebound, he caught an elbow from Nero. And they'll stop play momentarily. The coach coming out to check on him. Brady Watson went down, started holding his face. And I think he's going to come out of the game, and Benjamin Bruce is going to come in. Well, Watson heads to the bench. He's got 12 points tonight. Minute 35 to go. Full court pressure again by the Wolves. They just hit a dry spell here in the fourth quarter, and that has doomed them. Ramon Edwards brings it across. They leave him alone. He lays it up for the layup. Ramon Edwards now, 13 points. Braylon Nero scores quickly at the other end. He's got 10, and the Wolves call timeout. Minute 20 to go in this one. Wolves will pressure full court. They don't cover the inbounder, and Trout loses control of it. Ramon Edwards can't save it, steps out of bounds, turnover to the Wolves. Well, you add that to some three-pointers, which they haven't hit lately. Exactly. That's what they got to do now. You know, 2-pointers won't get it. They'll probably give you those. Partain will replace Bruce for defensive purposes for the Lions. Get that size in there at 6'6". Gantz Alsop with the basketball, gets it to Williams. They got to get a shot up here.
They do.
Rhodes inside. They get it to Nero. He scores the bucket and is fouled.
Well, that's exactly what the Wolves needed. An and-one bucket, get the free throw. Still have life, not just a little over a minute left.
Got to hit the free throws, but it's crazy that Ramon Edwards was even near it. Just let him hit the layup.
Exactly.
Yeah, he shouldn't be close enough to foul him at that point.
That's the last thing you want if you're Lubbock Trinity.
3rd foul on Ramon Edwards. Free throw for Nero is no good, and that's been the Achilles heel tonight for the Edmond Santa Fe Wolves. A minute to go. Trout breaks the pressure. He's double teamed, gets it to Bruce. Man wide open underneath. Ramon Edwards throws it down with authority, and that is the cherry on top.
Definitely.
For Trinity Christian, 74-63 with 40 seconds left to go. A whistle, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on the Wolves. That is going to be on Nero. Excuse me, it's on Alsop, and he is fouled out. Jance Alsop fouls out with 20 points tonight. He did not score in the fourth quarter. And Morgan Lane will replace him. 74-63, so the Wolves will fall to 1-3 They will play in the consolation game, third place game tomorrow night at 6:30. Or not, actually, it's earlier in the day.
Yes, it's. I believe it's at 3:30. 3:30. I will double check on that, but I believe
I've got the bracket right here if I can read it. 3:30 and 5 are the third place in championship games tomorrow. Second free throw is good for Robinson. He missed the first. It's 75-63 to the hoop. Rhodes throws up the runner, no good. Rebound, Ramon Edwards. Wolves still chasing. They're going to foul again. And the foul on Chambers, that's his first. But 2 more free throws for Jack Robinson. So again, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon for the third place game. And that'll be Santa Fe against the loser of the upcoming game between Edmond North and Booker T. Washington. And into the championship game tomorrow at 5 p.m. Lubbock Trinity Christian. First, the free throws by Robinson up and good, 76-63. 25 seconds to go. Rhodes, pull up, 17-footer short. Rebound Trout. And Santa Fe, Coach Lalaman says back off, and they're going to dribble this one out. Our final score in the first semi, Lubbock Trinity Christian 76, Edmond Santa Fe 63. We'll be back with the final stats and our defensive player of the game and our difference maker of the game right here on KREF Sports TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your ball game, your final.
For Trinity Christian, they were led by Dax Trout with 17 points, 5 three-pointers, 15 for Marcus Ramon Edwards, 14 for Kerrion Elliott, a dozen for Brady Watson and Jack Robinson, 6 for Benjamin Bruce, 1 for Keller Partain. For the Wolves, 20 points for Jance Alsop, 19 for Nick Rhodes, a dozen for Draylon Nero, and 4 points for Tristan Peters, 2 for Tyler Williams, 2 for Makai Chambers, 4 for Morgan Lane. Jarmiel Robinson played but did not score in the game. And no points from Alsop in the fourth quarter. And in fact, only I think 1 bucket. The rest of the points from the free throw line in the fourth quarter for Edmond Santa Fe. Well, our difference maker of the game from Churica, Stephen.
I have to give it to Rhodes. I mean, he was a huge difference, especially with his three-point shooting. You know, didn't make a lot of mistakes on the court. You know, same with him yesterday. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. Done a really great job this tournament. I got to give it to Rhodes. I got to give it to the point guard. And
our defensive player of the game from Elite Roofing, locally owned and operated, headquartered in Norman, Tulsa, serving roofing needs greater Oklahoma City since 2010. 405-361-3094, EliteRoofOK.com. And Jance Alsop had a great block, our play of the game, and he also held Elliott to just 2 points in the second half.
I was getting ready. I was going to choose Alsop, and exactly for that reason. He only held Elliott to 2 points in the second half. He was a huge key in the comeback for the Wolves in the second half, and you know, despite the loss, he did tremendous both on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, and that's why he's our defensive player of the game.